Yes, I believe that is us live. Let me just keep an eye on these positions while I send out the link. That's your range. That's your range. So we've got a break of the Asian session lower, swept a few different session ranges. This one has came and used this one as a resistance and coming back lower on the pound. So this is the main one that I'm eyeballing right now. We've also got the same on EU, however we don't have as many session ranges close to this low. So I feel like this one's got a bit more reason to seek those lows, to wipe those out, like so. So I am favouring the pound for that reason. Get rid of that. Both doing the same thing though. We do have rejections already on the euro. Get these links sent out. This high was a retracement to the above the 78.6. So we are meeting those retracements currently, which is nice. No news today, which is not a good sign. Let's measure these up, see where they'll be. .3 pips on sterling. Right, let's send the link out. Morning, CM. Just loading up the chat now. How are you doing? For some reason my YouTube's spazzing a bit. We corrected. There we go. How's your day going, CM? Hope all is well. Alright then, let's get to it. So this is retracing. That's already retraced. I'm not liking the move on euro as much as the move on the pound, but it is valid. So let's see how this reacts. This is also come to the 78 level there, which is interesting. See how this one moves. That's not a rejection. This one might break the high. We're not in this, by the way, if you just joined, we're just watching it. See if we reject from that EMA. Nope, that's broke the high. Okay, so this one's invalid. I wasn't liking the look of that because there's no session range immediately here for it to take out, unlike the pound. The pound has still got these two session ranges to sweep for liquidity immediately beneath it. That's why I like the look of the pound. We've got EMA resistance twice. We've collected liquidity here and we've got more liquidity to collect here. So now what we wait on is to see if this is going to give us a rejection candlestick. See how it reacts at this level. Let's price it up in the meantime. 6.3 pips. Not rejecting yet, so we wait. Wait to see what happens here. Let me mark my little note out. What's happened on the euro? The euro has broke higher, so maybe this isn't the move to look for. but we're in a different position here on the euro and the pound. We've got these session ranges right below the pound that need to be taken out, whereas the euro's taken the session ranges out that it needs to. It's also swept that liquidity there. There would be some there that's right beneath it, but not quite a session range liquidity like we're seeing here on the pound that would give it that fuel. No, that's a strong candle close above the EMA now, which isn't good and definitely not confirmation for an entry. So right now we're not entering in this as things stand, and it looks like we might not be. Dixie is dumping. Interesting. We've got no major news today. Let me check the orange folders. Yeah, no orange folders either. Which is not a good sign when there's no news. Looks like this is pumping higher. Yeah, with this close above the EMA, it's unlikely that we will enter, because it's the opposite of a confirmation. But let's see. No. Okay, no trade. That's why we wait for confirmations. So no entry at all. We've broken higher. Let's see what the story is here. So now this low has been swept. Got a double bottom there. If this can break higher. Check on our higher time frames. That was a beautiful trade, nice 4.4R on that swing. Perfect entry there. Could have even held it higher. What we're looking at now is this 1 hour trend line that broke beneath. That wasn't really a break, that was a fake out. So this was our break beneath, which gives this whole zone as our break of substructure. Like it would really be this whole region that's the substructure there, matched with those highs. So now that this is broken out, that is our break of substructure. The only thing for me is this is our low. You get it? That's the low, that's the high. So in order for this to be a change of character, it needs to break that low, which is not what you want to see. Because right now, ignoring that trend line, this could still just be bullish price, because that's the low. So I don't really like selling in this scenario when you've not yet had a lower low first, okay? Because trend lines are a bit wishy-washy, okay? They tell you the gradient of the move, but they don't actually tell you a price level like a horizontal line does. So this would be quite a weaker John Wick setup, where you have the break of structure, then break of substructure. You know, you'd be looking for a retracement up to one of these highs to sell off. Maybe even from this high if you want to be more aggressive. But for me, it's not really an A setup because we haven't changed character from this breakout. I'm going to make that thicker just to highlight that. So for me, I'm not going to trade that. If we check the euro, the euro on the 4 hour, okay. We still have this supporting trend line on the 4 hour, so that gives you a lower range, okay. And last week, bloody hell, that was the move on euro last week. Huge move in the markets, bringing price back inside this range. Why do these look so different? 10% opacity. Like that. So we've all been saying the euro needs to sell off a little bit. This supporting trend line here gives us that like lower bound to sell it to. We can remove some of this notation to clean it up a bit. Here's our 1 hour local trend line that we want to see break, have a change of character, substructure, break, retrace, sell off, like that. So it's a little bit too early doors yet for this schematic. So the euro, I'm not really looking for anything right now until that breaks out. So that's why I've marked it as red, following our little traffic light system. Now, Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar, you could have had some setups here, but they came on NFP day, so I didn't take them because I weren't trading. Let me show you those now. So New Zealand dollar, we had this 1 hour local trend which broke beneath. If we hop down to look at the substructure, that was your substructure, broke beneath. Could have took the fib from that high to that low, came back up, tapped the 71% perfect and dumped off to TP2. However, your entry would have been at 9 AM Friday morning, okay, NFP day. So that's a trade that we sat out of, but you can see the power of the strategy there. Would have made you 3.15%. We had the same thing on the Aussie dollar. Okay, however, that one was from a third break of structure, came back up, retraced, tapped in after NFP, so at 3 PM. So it's not really a trade you want to be getting in anyway on NFP day. That one would have lost 1%, but obviously combined total of these two would have been plus 2%, a little bit more than that. But I didn't take either of them anyway because it was on an NFP day, so it didn't meet my trading plan. But yeah, those were valid technical setups that you could have gone for. After we've had this third break of structure now, we wait for a correction. So we only take one trade after that third break structure. It only tapped the recent low, and now it's correcting higher. So after we have that move, we wait for this corrective structure, like we're seeing here. And we want to see this break again, substructure, break again, retest, sell lower. Like that. That's our schematic. So right now, Aussie dollar, we're waiting for if this wants to correct. If we check, can remove some of this now so it's not as, keep the hygiene. So we said there, yeah, needs to correct higher, it did. Now it looks like we're selling off, potentially. Let's make this a bit cleaner now. So generally, we are in this downtrend, top down. That's the overarching current, if you will. However, we're seeing a bit of volatility at the moment. Got highs getting higher and lows getting lower, like that. So we are seeing some volatility, which is no surprise with what's happening with the dollar recently. We've had this breakout on the 4-hour higher, and we've already played that up. Then we had a sellout lower. This wave hasn't reached a 61.8 yet. Hasn't reached a 50% yet. So for me, I'd say that this has got some more retracing to do. We've had our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Now we need a correction and continue that 5-wave structure lower. So what we're waiting on here is for this structure to break, first of all. Wait for a substructure to form. So I'll write this out. So wait for BOS, and then wait for BOSS, and then wait for retracement. That's what we're waiting on there. New Zealand dollar. That was your break substructure. This is your third break. Now we wait for a correction. And exactly the same. Put it there. It's not even substructure, to be fair. Let's remove that. And this is a move we're waiting on. Cool, right, let's look at the Swiss. We called a massive sell-off on dollar Swiss from up here. That's been happening. Let's see if we've got any entries with our John Wick. So we've had the breakout, we've had the breaker substructure, we've had the third breaker structure. Then we waited for this correction, A, B, C, that happened. Now we've had the breaker structure, breaker substructure, and a third breaker substructure. Third breaker structure, sorry. Now we need a correction. Because we've had our 5 waves. Okay. These were defined by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need a correction because it's too oversold. Okay, people that are in shorts from up here, they're going to be taking their profits now, and we want to see this return. Similar to what we're looking at here, where come this point, it's oversold, you want it to correct up so then you can get back on the shorts once order flow sorts itself out a little bit more. So right now we're looking at the down below pairs and the pound. For day trades, check out the Dixie. The Dixie is dumping. Dixie is dumping off. Classic, so what you see here, breaker structure, breaker substructure. Let's move that there. It's going on the 4 hour to get that substructure. Okay, and now this is your third breaker structure. It would actually be there. Okay, break structure. And then, I guess if that is your third breaker structure, you'd say this is your correction, because it has corrected these highs. And now we start a new 5-wave structure, which has just been a, a drop to hell, it seems, on the Dixie, which is the reason why all the other pairs had a huge spike last week there. But let's stay watching our pairs of interest. See what's happening with them. No trades I can really take intraday just yet. Not enough to go off. Whether they actually sweep this, have a change of character higher, and then we look for longs for a Monday move. That could be a case. But you just don't have anything going enough yet. Would you consider the 5-minute on GU? Nah, because I want to see multiple EMA rejections beforehand. Okay, I know it's rejecting here now, but it's only really done that. Didn't even really do that well here. Okay, it broke above a couple times first and then sold off. What I'd like to see is when you have like 2 instances of it. So what I was looking for here on the 2-minute, there's one successful rejection, there's another there. Okay, didn't tap the EMA exactly, but that's kind of good. See, it repelled the EMA repelled price. There's 2 separate instances. So we were looking for this price to come up here, reject and sell off, but we didn't have any confirmations there, so we didn't. But that's the idea that we're looking for. What you're seeing on the 5-minute is you've only had one instance where prices interacted with the EMA as a high. Yeah, so it could just be coincidence. You need that to happen twice to really prove that this EMA is resistance. It looks like it's rejecting it now, which is good. If this does reject it, create a new low, then it becomes a valid setup for the next one. Okay, but right now you don't have enough conviction to say that the EMA is acting as resistance. But we'll watch it in case we need it on the next wave. So this EMA didn't hold. Prices pushed higher. So we've not got that as confluence for another move lower. We've actually got a change of character on the euro, pushing higher again. Oh, wrong one. So we could be looking for a bullish move here. It's only yet to turn 10 AM, so there's still plenty of time for this to play out in the London session. So we'll have to see. We are still bearish because we've got this, you know, it wouldn't be alien for this to happen and continue to move, even if it comes up and double tops and comes all the way down. So we don't have a bullish move overall just yet on the pound. We do on the euro though, because we've got this change of character on the euro. Okay, so wave structure on the euro, we have broke higher and made a higher high. So this euro move is looking bullish now, but just not enough for us to trade yet. Just a second. What we want to see as a bare minimum is another higher low print and then make a higher high, and then we have what we need as confluence to start going long on the pound. Okay, which is a very backed up idea, considering the euro has broke this high, so we can expect this high to get broken on the pound as well. So we are looking bullish on the pound, but right now we don't have enough conviction to start longing just yet. Yeah, nothing really happening intraday. There's no news, so we knew it would be a slow day. We'll see if price is reacting to this 15 EMA and making a lower high on the pound. That's not the case on the euro. We've actually broke out of that change character higher, but there's just nothing presenting itself for us to trade on the intraday time frames today. Still early. We're only below 10:30, so we've still got a decent couple hours left. So we'll see what happens. So we can see that price is making those higher highs and higher lows, like we mentioned. You could look on the 1 minute and use the 50 EMA, but for me, the 50 EMA on the 1 minute is just too low conviction. I've found that I've got much higher success rate if I don't trade that and just stick to the 2 minute and above. Like, you can see that it would have worked here. Okay, so you got these higher highs and higher lows. That would have only came down to less than the 50, so you probably wouldn't have traded that. This one would have probably came down to the 50 again, and then this next one, this low to this high, that would have actually came down to the 71% there, perfect. But, well, maybe you would have just missed that, depending on what spreads you accounted for. But you can see that would have been a valid trade using our strategy for a nice 3% as well. But for me, the 1 minute with this 50 EMA, you could get so many trades with that. Like, it would be very high frequency trading, and you're just not, like, you need to filter out which trades you take a little bit more, because yeah, you might have made it now, but these also take a lot of losses as well. So for me, I prefer to filter it and just stay on the 2 minute and above, which of course is the same as if we just used the 100 EMA instead of the 50 on the 1 minute. That I will allow, so that I will 1 minute trade on the 100 EMA. But for me, the 50 EMA is not really filtered enough. You get a lot of trading setups that come through following that, and for me, they're not as high conviction. So yeah, you can see, play around with it yourself if you do want to take the 1 minute trades that come your way, but for me personally, they're not high enough conviction, so I'll just let them be. EU still pushing. We've actually now swept the opposite Asian high with this now, which is interesting. Got the change of character higher. We've now changed character higher on the pound, so with this candle, so let's mark that out. And we're still looking for bullish plays. We've got what we wanted now. So we've got this higher high structure above the EMA. Okay, it hasn't been coming back anywhere close to this EMA, but you can see how it's repelling it with that distance away. Okay, so with this next high that presents itself, we want to see where that comes back down to, whether it's a trade or not, using the EMA's confluence. Hi Joshua, I hope you're well. You said, what's going on, bro? Nothing much today. There's 0 red folder news and there's 0 orange folder news too, so it's going to be a pretty boring day. I don't see many trades coming up. All that's happened so far is price has ran through the session range lows, collected liquidity and now pushed higher. We've changed character to suggest a move higher. Probably look to sweep out this liquidity up here as well. Same things happened on the euro, just a little bit further in advance. So the euro swept these two liquidities, also came down to take this low. Now we've also swept the Asian range high, probably going to take out this daily high there before pushing back to the downside. If we look on our higher time frames, so we check on the 1 hour, it looks like there is selling pressure, and this huge push in price that we saw last week is weakening and will likely sell off. We've not had the change of character on the pound sterling yet to really confirm that we're looking to go lower. Right now we're just trading flat, so between that low and these equal highs. What we could probably see today, since there's no news, is this sweep lower, sweep higher, and just really raid people's stops, because there's no news today to generate any draw on price. So probably just stop hunting all day today. Same thing on the euro. There we go there. Same thing on the euro. The euro hasn't broke its recent trend line though yet, so even less reason to say we're going short. The only reason you would say we're short is because of how overbought we are right now. Huge fair values on the daily, and you can see the past 2 days of selling pressure that's coming in. These long orders causing this will soon turn to short orders when these people start taking their profits. So a lot of room to fall down. So yeah, all of that is supporting the idea that we're looking at a turning point up here on the euro. There's just not enough juice in the market for it to fall down yet today, so we probably will sweep some highs to print that move lower. So intraday we're actually looking for longs in line with that move being printed. It's just we haven't had any real valid setups come our way just yet. If this is the high that prints, we may be looking for this retracement lower to take the price higher. But price has only really been coming back down to like the 50 fib level, which we don't take trades from using my strategy. So whether we'll get an entry on that or not, we'll just have to wait and see. But that's pretty much the story of the day. The euro is very bullish intraday, so it's unlikely that we'll catch a move from this. It's already headed off, made this change of character, and then came up and swept out the Asian highs. We're looking for that to happen on the pound now. So we've still got these Asian highs up here that need sweeping, and then also the highs above that will look to get swept as well. So they are acting as liquidity up there. There's our session high. So yeah, looking for this sort of price delivery algo type move to just keep pushing higher and catch something on these moves here. So right now we'll just wait and see. Not looking to market execute anything just yet. Want to see if this forms as a high, and then we'll look to take a position from it potentially. Right, so it looks like this might be printing that high. We've not really had the support from the 2 minute. This is more of a 1 minute move, which I've just said I don't really take. But if we look at this structure combined with this EMA acting as resistance, we could look to take this as a long. course, we don't set a limit order on this. We need to see candlestick rejections from our zone first before we trade. And that's what we're looking at there. Right, so that high is broken higher. The wave's still continuing, so we just want to wait to see where this high does form. So it proves that price is bullish. We just need to wait for a deeper retracement than that. That looks like it's came down to like the 23%. Check which one. Right, it's came down to the 38.2 and bounced, but yeah, we don't take entries off those. So we want to wait for a deeper pullback whenever this next high forms. So yeah, just keep waiting, see what happens. Right, so if this is going to be the high, let's mark it up again. So this low to this high, that gives us our fib levels, and then we need to wait and see if one of these is going to get hit for a trade. So we'll do the usual, mark it up and see, leave a little message, not a limit order. Just like that. So this doji candle here is a very good sign for us. It's showing that there's indecision as price is retracing now. It's a bit too high up to justify that it's rejection from the 71% level. So what we want is for some rejection around the 61.8 or lower, giving us conviction to enter from that 71% level. The EMA looks like it's coming into active support here, which is nice. We've got higher high, high low structure. We've had that change of character now. So it's looking like we're going to mirror the move on EU, which is pushing higher, taking out the top Asian session range. So just got to wait for some better rejection closer to our level, and then we'll look to get a trade. Right, so something has, pardon me, something has kicked off right here. We've got a huge spike there through our level. We're not entered yet, we're waiting for confirmations, but that is a huge pump of liquidity into the market. That's actually a massive red flag for me now. Yeah, I'm not entered in that. Like I said, that wasn't a limit order. I was waiting for confirmation, and this goes to show why we do that. Okay, so yeah, massive dump in price, which completely goes against our entry confirmations there. So no, we are not looking to enter that anymore. That is a huge dump of buy orders being turned into sell orders, sweeping out these lows. So yeah, no trade for us. That's a weird one. Huge 5-minute candle there. So yeah, I guess that's no trade for us. This has now pushed price to the sell side now when it comes to intraday, that is, which was our original direction anyway when we're looking on the higher time frames here. But yeah, huge change in price we've just witnessed there on the lower time frames. To be honest with you, with the way the price has been moving today, I don't think we're going to get a trade intraday. So I probably am just going to cut the live here. There's no news today at all. Price action now has really just invalidated itself based on that. We're probably not going to be able to catch any sells between now and the end of London. So yeah, I might as well just cut the live short here. I know it's a bit short and sweet today, but you know, you can't force it. So yeah, that's it. You just got to wait for price to come to you. Never chase price. Don't look at the chart and try and make something happen. Wait for it to meet all of your rules, and sometimes that just simply doesn't happen. Okay, it's a Monday with no news, so we kind of predicted that there wasn't going to be a trade here, but we looked anyway. If I do change my mind and a trade does appear, I'll post it in the VIP group for everyone. But apart from that, thanks everyone for tuning in. Please drop a like if you do appreciate these videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.